If you want to know which cryptocurrencies or altcoins to invest in for long-term, medium-term, or short-term, or to trade in, then take a look at Tokenmetrics. Tokenmetrics uses artificial intelligence-based crypto indices, rankings, and price predictions to give you the best possible altcoins and cryptocurrencies to hodl or trade with. Use my affiliate code for a massive 10% off and 3 months free on the yearly plan. Link in the description below.
Electroneum. So,
yeah. Which in the long term, Richard, could easily give you an edge over Upwork and Fiverr and all of those because of the lack of friction.
But lots of freelancer sites, go and take a look at them and look at how long it takes to get paid out. Once somebody approves your work on our platform, they have the money. I can't call it money again, so let's call it the value that they are paid for their work within 40 minutes or an hour or something. Suddenly they've got it and they can spend it. Now this is wildly different to what else is out there in the market. So it's more attractive because the fees are lower or zero. So it's more attractive in that respect. It's more attractive because you get paid faster. There's tons and tons of reasons to use our platform over those other platforms. But even if we didn't get any migration from those other platforms, and we know that we are, but even if we didn't, the market is expanding so rapidly that even if we only got new users, that would be the likely scenario, I suppose, because there's new users that are unbanked. And I think a lot of people also look at AnyTask and think, well, hang on, if they're unbanked, they live in a mud hut and they don't have a computer. Well, there's loads and loads of people that are unbanked in America. Loads of people are unbanked in the UK. But then when you go across to places where they're not really unbanked, they're just not connected to the world's banking. The whole of Cambodia, I don't think, and again, forgive me if I'm wrong, because things may have changed since I last looked, but you couldn't get paid out in Cambodia through PayPal, which is Fiverr's preferred payment method. You couldn't get paid out in Cambodia, full stop. So the whole of a nation is stopped from freelancing in a place. So there's loads and loads of times where you're classed as unbanked, but you're maybe called more underbanked or underserved. And also the costs could be cost prohibitive. So if you've only earned $20 this month, that's quite a significant amount if you only earn $100 a month. So you've earned $20 off AnyTask. However, getting $20 delivered to you through the banking system, it would all be eaten in fees. Whereas with crypto, or with Electroneum specifically, it arrives with virtually zero fee. And the tiny fee that it came from the platform. So it arrives with you at 100%. So you've not lost anything in fees at all. So it's been, it's certainly, we're going to have a lot of users. I know that much. We're going to do a TV advert as well for AnyTask. So we're going to drive more buyers in. We've got so many sellers coming on. We're going to keep that buyer.
TV adverts where?
United States and United Kingdom. So initially.
Okay.
So,
okay. To get
nowadays, TV advertising's got way lower cost. You can be way smarter about the way that you buy. So you can really target people. Lots of people watching the TV in the UK. For instance, you and I might watch Sky TV. You might be watching exactly the same show I'm watching and see a completely different advert set. So smart advertising is used all over the world now, and you can pick up slots really, really cheap, like crazy cheap, 50p, 40p for running a slot. So we've got an advert being developed at the moment. We're trying to we have a different voiceover, of course, but we're trying to get the creative to be as similar for the US and the UK as we can.
Wow. Okay. What else have you got coming up in terms of future plans?
Well, we've got tons of stuff on as a platform. There's integrations with all sorts of other people. That's the biggest thing. We've got loads more staff coming on as well. So once again, we've continued to expand through this COVID lockdown. We're looking for 10 new developers. We've got 2 that are confirmed, and a DevOps person. The DevOps person, I think, is confirmed as well. So we've got 3 out of those. Hopefully by the end of January 2021, we'll have all of those 10 on. They're going to help us with faster development of AnyTask, more API integrations at the back end. We've got a new app update coming out that has got address books and makes it a little bit easier to use. Everything has got to be about making cryptocurrency easy to use, and in our case, ETN, for it to be adopted. And we've already, people talk about our headline figures, which are great. It's great to have 4 million users. It's great to be one of the big crypto projects in terms of users. But, for mass adoption, we want to be seeing tens of millions, hundreds of millions of users. And I think what's important to remember is if people go and look at the furore that surrounded Libra, Facebook's Libra. Remember all that went crazy, didn't it? The world just went absolutely crazy. Oh my gosh, people were terrified of it and people were excited about it and all that happened. We've already done that. We already have done, other than the stablecoin part, Libra, all of the utility of it, or how easy it is to use, the integration of it, everything that they proposed, we've already got it. So we are the Libra of the cryptocurrency world. We just aren't pegged to any other currency. So we're not pegged to the dollar, we're not pegged to the pound, we're not pegged to a basket, we're not pegged to gold, we're not pegged to anything, which is what Libra's concept was, that it was going to be pegged to a basket of other currencies and be a stable coin. But if you take the stable coin out of it, we know, the users don't care. The users just want to be able to earn something in a new way and then spend it. And funnily enough, the instability, that fluctuation, they make use of it. And we see this. So price goes down a bit, spending stops. Price goes up a bit, spending goes up. It goes crazy. Price goes crazy, people go crazy. We see when the price goes really high, we see a massive spike of use. So people are aware of the prices and they just factor it into their business. So remember that if you're saving 20%, this is something else people have to think about. So if you're using cryptocurrency, using ETN, and you're saving 20% of fees by freelancing through that, for instance, then if you've got a 20% fluctuation in price, which is relatively regular in cryptocurrency terms, you don't care because you're already up on the deal by 20%. So it gives you a 20% margin. So even if it goes down 20%, you're still up on the deal. But actually, it might go up 20%, in which case you've taken advantage. So, and I'm not suggesting, by the way, this is not an investment advice. I'm not saying it's going to go up 20%, down 20%. There's just fluctuations in that market. And if you look at Electroneum's price, whilst it's not a stable coin, its price remains relatively stable against other cryptocurrencies and other world currencies. But you also have to remember that world currencies fluctuate at crazy rates as well. Once you get out of the US dollar and the Swiss franc, you go off and start looking at, I won't name and shame the countries, but you know the culprits. Go off and have a look around the world at the word inflation, hyperinflation perhaps. Have a look around South America and various other places, and you will find some horrific fiat currency, huge fluctuations. So in which case, suddenly cryptocurrency is much more stable than their fiat currency. And this is what people have got to think about in the developed world. Hang on, just because I feel like my dollar is always worth $1, it isn't, by the way. But just because they feel like that doesn't mean that other people feel the same way about their money that they hold up and look at. So crypto is the answer. You know it, I know it.
Absolutely. And then the advantage that Electroneum has, it is deflationary, unlike, and I'm saying this, you're not saying this, unlike, for example, the Turkish lira, which is inflationary, or the US dollar, where they can print money in order to engage in military adventurism abroad. Talking about the coin, there has been some talk about a particular exchange, and I just wanted to know if you had any reply to your two-video.
We haven't. I mean, we will always pursue listings on exchanges. My lawyers hate it when I say that. I think partly it's the fact that everybody's got this idea that if you're pursuing a listing on an exchange, you must be doing something with speculation, which is just not true. People can buy cryptocurrency for lots of other reasons, and the fact that we're going to have payment in ETN on the AnyTask platform, and that's going to save the buyer 5%. We only charge 6% as a fee anyway, so we're going to reduce the fee to 1% if you pay an ETN. That's a 5% saving. So now if you're a bulk user, we do tend to find that buyers buy more than once. So if you're a bulk buyer of services through AnyTask, why would you not buy with ETN? Save you money. Makes total sense. So we're starting to educate people that have never touched cryptocurrency before about the value and the reason to be involved in cryptocurrency, but they need to buy it. They need to be able to buy it somewhere. We don't sell it, so therefore they have to go and buy it somewhere else. So we need those exchange listings. We need that to enable people to buy ETN, to make use of it as a utility. And I was talking earlier about being able to send relatives construction materials. They can't send them some bits of 4x2, but they can send ETN through the app to somebody that allows construction materials to take place. So actually there are lots of good reasons to have these listings. And at the same time, of course, when a company has sold lots of construction materials, they're going to want to turn some or all of that ETN back into dollars or whatever it may be, and they need somewhere to do that. And so the more of these places that we're listed on, the more liquidity there is in the market, and the easier it is for people to get in and out comfortably. So these exchange listings are something that we will pursue. You may have seen I did a couple of videos for Binance. We would love to be on Binance because it's a very popular exchange with lots of users. I've always I like what they're doing with Binance. So I would like to continue to pursue that. I have no doubt whatsoever that we will get further with exchanges as we move forwards, because we're growing this brand and we will be growing the utility, we'll be growing the requirement for people to be able to buy ETN. people are not going to be able to ignore AnyTask. You know the brand Upwork, you know the people per hour, you know the Fivers of the world. We will make AnyTask one of those. And that, because we've just seen this massive demand, we know that we'll do that. So even if all we do is that, and then all we do is put hundreds of thousands of dollars a week in requirement, why would the exchanges not want access to that? Of course they would. So there's no doubt whatsoever that we'll see more and more exchanges come on. Perhaps we need to show more volumes or something for them to want to do it. Who knows? Yeah. We also have a US legal opinion, which is required for US exchanges. And we've had very positive news about that. It's a fantastic opinion about our utility and our lack of being a security, which is exactly the piece of paper that we need to pursue things in the US. We haven't got the final version of that. Hopefully that's going to be due, in fact, possibly even by tomorrow, but certainly by the end of next week, I expect to have that in my hand. So we will be, again, looking at some US exchanges. But we want those exchanges for the utility that they offer, for the growth of our ecosystem, and for the empowerment of people around the world. And they're needed. You can't, if I try to pay people in shiny beads, you can't just make something up without ever having a real world value. Exchanges give real world value to all underlying cryptocurrencies. So they are super critical to it. The lawyers absolutely hate when I talk about it, because they're het up, I think, with the word exchange, because exchange sounds like exactly where you'd go to buy shares. You go to an exchange. And so because that word has slid in from the equities markets, the lawyers freak out a little bit. But you
cryptocurrency shop.
Well, you don't go and buy some Apple shares to use them. You don't go and buy some British Airways shares to use them. You just sit on them, and they are a speculative investment. And that's not what all some cryptocurrencies are about. That, but there's tons and tons and tons of them now that aren't. Go and look at Orchid. The VPN system. Yeah, so it's a utility, and that's the point. Is people are losing this thing that everything is speculation. Not everything is speculation. You can really make a difference in the world with cryptocurrency being a utility, and I think that's what the authorities perhaps need to get their heads around.
Right. Now, moving from the US, thank you, Richard. Moving from the US to Europe, we're recording this on Thursday. This won't go out till Friday, but I think on Thursday there's some news came out, was about to come out, about blockchain for Europe.
Yeah, that's it. Again, massive news to us, and we are very grateful for their input and very kindly a unanimous decision for us to join that board. Again, everybody knows who's followed our project. We've been around for a little while in crypto now, 3 years. Makes us almost a caveman of crypto, funnily enough. But
right here,
yeah, we do. So we're part of the regulatory environment. We embrace the regulatory environment. We've got lawyers who've been up to their necks in the regulatory environment for 3 years, so we're quite well versed on it. And there's an enterprise called Blockchain for Europe, all about steering and aiding and working with the regulators to find a path through the cryptocurrency Maya that works for both the governments and for the crypto asset companies. And there were only 9 members of it before. There are 10 members now, with us included, and it's a fantastic who's who of crypto. It's the Binance is on the board, funnily enough. Cardano, Block One, Ripple. So it's they're all top projects. So we're very grateful that they wanted us to be on the board, and we're very, very grateful to be part of it, because actually helping to steer the regulatory environment and be involved in the regulatory environment is really important for the whole of the crypto ecosystem itself, not just Electroneum, but everybody who deals in crypto assets. The regulators don't understand the market very well. They're only just learning, so they need people to step forwards and say, well, we understand it pretty well. Let's work together.
Fabulous. Okay, Richard, I guess you got to acknowledge this is shorter than our normal interviews would be.
Yeah, I've literally got to jump off another one.
Yeah. So anything else you want to say? Any last words?
No, we've got some fantastic new advisors, Matthew Greenspan and Gillian Godsall. Well, not that Gillian has come on as an advisor, but she's come on as an advocate, which is not far off the same thing, I would think. But certainly, from they're both advocates and people that are pro Electroneum. We've seen some other people out in the market. We've got loads of influencers that we're working with now. That it's been a long journey up to here. And we feel like we're just getting to the top of that slope where we can actually take some downhill for a little while. So it's we've got lots going on. Lord knows I've probably missed out tons and tons of things because we haven't spoken for ages. But I think we'll have to do another update soon and cover some other things as well.
Yes,
loads going on.
We will. We do, and there is already one scheduled in a few weeks' time. Okay, which you'll find out about, right? So look,
yeah. I literally just do what someone comes and pokes me with a stick, and I go off and dial in.
That's right.
I'm like a sock puppet.
Yeah, I know who runs.
I've got no one's hand up. Hang on a minute, we've gone off topic there. It's like an entirely different YouTube channel.
Okay, all right. So listen, anybody if you're watching, I'll have the links in the description below. Go check it out. Go join the Telegram group. If you want some sort of digital service, check out AnyTask. If you provide a digital service, check out AnyTask. And Richard, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto Richard signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.